Splash! Groan! Darkness. I awoke under the water as if someone was trying to take me to die. I attempted to swim with the little energy my body had left, moving to the cold surface. I screamed, begging the world for help and praying to survive. I was suddenly assisted by two friends, like angels saving me from the darkness of hell. I remember getting to the shore and seeing the nauseating hamburger meat that my knee had been transformed into. The moment was still replaying through my mind like a nightmare, as I continuously saw myself falling to my fate on the ledge below and how I had ended up there. It all began as a simple Hana trip, the summer going into my 8th grade year. I went with some friends to the Kipahulu camping site for an adventurous weekend, where we could explore the jungle and everything else the luscious landscape had to offer. My close friend Kai and I decided that it would be fun to go thrill-seeking and test our limits as we threw ourselves off the sheer cliffs into some of the 7 luscious pools found on the campground. Unfortunately, as the night was falling, I took my last jump and did not leap out far enough. I landed painfully on a shelf of rock hidden beneath the murky water after I had dropped a height of 20 feet. Snapping back to reality, I realized how serious the situation was after the beach towel that my knee was wrapped in was soaked with dark red pain. I began to drift into a new place, a place indescribable. I wished and begged to be free, hoping that someone could save me from the unbearable pain that had overtaken my life. My sense of judgment was clouded as I was carried from the surrounding edge of the pond to where I could be transported to a hospital. At this point in time, I made the thoughtless decision that an ambulance would not be necessary to transport me. I would much rather roll in the style and comfort of my friend Rudy's Hummer. Before I knew it, I was at the Hana Hospital where I had transformed the rooms of peaceful healing to an asylum of screams, blood, and tears. My screams filled the silent halls of agony as the doctors attempted to judge my traumatic injury. Unfortunately for me, the jungle doctor didn't feel my injury was very severe. He stitched me up and sent me on my way. My parents came to pick me up. On the drive home around the backside of the island, I could feel the stabbing pain of every bump. The next day, my knee had doubled in size, and the decision was made to go to the Kahului Hospital and see what the damage was. The doctors were petrified at the sight of my knee, and I immediately was rushed to the ER, where the doctors found that I had been infected with a flesh-eating virus and that my patella tendon had been cut 3/4 across. Before I knew it, I was fixed up and immobilized in my bed. The rest of my summer consisted of long days trapped in the prison I once called home. Every day, I laid in envy as I watched my friends enjoying their summer vacation while I spent my time battling the internal infection within my body, with antibiotics being fed to my heart for a 6-week period. I soon became plagued with boredom and began to do things in an effort to keep my sanity. Soon enough, I had become an expert at sleeping, eating, and watching TV. I spent a lot of my time reflecting on my life, simply because there's nothing else to do. I realized how fortunate I am to not have been paralyzed like a former Seabury student or to have died. I also understood the pleasure that simple things had to offer me. I can still remember the first time I got to swim after being restricted from submerging myself in fun. It was like a whole new experience, and it could be described as an aquatic sublime. This is just one of the experiences I got to rekindle after my injury. I now understand what the world has to offer me and intend to take full advantage of every opportunity to explore it. An unknown author once said, "You don't drown by falling in the water, you drown by staying there." My message to you is to always keep fighting for life, because even though you might fall down today, you can still fly tomorrow.